of ceremony by Mr. Bounty. Everybody. And now I think we have finished, and I think that most of us have a program. I want to go to speeches so that we move fast, and I will ask the project representative. I don't know whether it is. Project representative, Madam, you are the one with the lead specialist.
Our chief guest, Professor Beche, our special guests from USID, SIDA, our principal, College of Education, Deputy Principal, Kenya Science, Dean, School of Education, Deputy Dean, Chairman and members of the department, students, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Good afternoon. I would like to, first of all, welcome you to this occasion. It is a very important occasion to us all because we are celebrating and wanting to launch officially a program that we think is going to make a difference in our children's life. As members of the early grade reading instruction curriculum team, we responded to a challenge. USID had put up a challenge, and we responded to it because we realized that together with funding from USID,
sorry, our presentation is on PowerPoint. I'm sorry, I would request my guests to be seated on the other side so that you'll also get what's being presented.
just wait for them to settle down. Thank you very much. So I was just indicating that as members of Content Department, we responded to a call for proposals that had been put out by USID, and the specific aim of that grand challenge, as they called it, was to influence 100 million children around the world by 2015. So we were wanting to play a slide that will tell you more a little bit about reading and the grand challenge, and then I will continue there.
"84% of these people reside in just 35 countries. And 2/3 of those who cannot read are women and girls. 67 million children live without access to primary school education. And millions more leave school without the basic ability to read. Lacking this basic skill, what kind of future will these children face? Reading is the key to inclusion, empowerment, and to improving quality of life. If children can't read, they will have difficulties accessing education and employment in the future. But the importance of literacy extends far beyond just the ability to read and write. It is critically linked to other pressing issues such as poverty, conflict and political instability, and health and food security crises. Learn, and how will you develop the knowledge to achieve your goals? Reading and writing enables you to realize your own human potential. Without these basic skills, what would your future hold? Across the globe, people are working tirelessly to improve reading outcomes for children in low-resource settings. To bring new energy and ideas to this global effort, we have come together to support all children reading, a grand challenge for development. So what is a grand challenge? It's to challenge you to address an urgent human problem by coming up with your own innovative solution. It's a different approach to doing development. Instead of prescribing a predetermined solution to a problem, groundbreaking and creating new solutions. If selected from a competitive group of proposals, we will help provide resources to develop and implement your solution. The challenge is up to you to solve the reading problem that faces millions of children all over the world. Visit www.allchildrenreading.org to take up the challenge today, and together we can change the world for a better tomorrow.
Responded to that challenge, we took up the challenge, and in total there were over 450 proposals which had been submitted to USAID, and Comtech emerged one of 32 finalists to qualify for funding from USAID. And so I just wanted also to share with you some of the other 31 people who are also part of the Grand Challenge. So if you could pull up the other slide, I'll show you some of the other people.
The reading skills of 100 million children. What does it take to harness innovation and determination? It takes you. Today we celebrate the individuals, teams, and organizations from around the world that came together to submit over 450 ideas to the All Children Reading Grand Challenge for Development. We share the faces, the images of friendship, dedication, and commitment to education. Innovators come from everywhere. They exist in every country, come from every race, religion, and creed. They share belief and conviction that they can and should bring their best to ensure every child has the tools to fulfill their destinies. We recognize and thank the innovators of All Children Reading, a grand challenge for development, and all organizations that support literacy around the world, because they are changing lives. In these pictures, we see the actual lives of the children impacted by the Grand Challenge. Children that are experiencing innovation. Children that are experiencing joy. Children whose entire world is changing with every page turned and every book read. A world of imagination, of possibility, of bright futures, of dreams, and of the skill sets to chase those dreams. Today we celebrate the faces of innovation now and in the future.
Okay, so you can see some of the other faces who are awarded the grant. So that is why we are celebrating today, because it was a very competitive submission of the proposals, and we were among the 32 finalists. And the students who are sitting in this hall today are the ones who are going to help us carry this dream to the next generation who are our children. Talk about Egric. Egric, as already pointed out, is the early grade reading instruction curriculum. The main objective is then to pilot test. Pilot testing is what we are working with the students. Right now we are attending classes the whole of this semester on different aspects of reading. I am the lead for that, and there will be other partners coming in to help us develop the reading instruction approaches. And then later, we will, once we pilot it, once they go to the schools and we follow them into the schools, we'll be able to actually infuse it later into University of Nairobi programs in terms of teacher education. So the main purpose of this program is to build the capacity of our teachers who are sitting here today, so that they can not only teach early grade reading, but they can also learn how to assess. And in fact, this past week, many of them have gone out into the field to assess children using some of the tools we've developed together with other partners who are with us. But also, we want for them to learn how to develop high quality, culturally relevant materials in English and Kiswahili so that they can use them with our children once they begin to teach them in their schools, beginning May when they go for teaching practice, and eventually when they begin teaching. So that would be the content of the Egric program. We have structured 4 units. We'll give them foundations of reading, where they teach children learning to read and reading to learn. We'll also show them how to make those materials, and more importantly for us, an area that has been lacking is appropriately assessing reading. And following on from the assessment, providing appropriate intervention for those children. So in terms of learning to read, we'll not only show them the way, we will have opportunities where we can follow them into the classrooms to show them how it is that you teach children how to learn to read and then read to benefit from different information sources. In terms of reading material development, they will focus on how it is that they can harvest and harness the new technologies available to us, software for instruction, benefiting from different e-communities, and basically how to develop different materials for teaching reading, and particularly letter shapes, names, sounds, word building, and eventually reading comprehension. And of course, storing the materials and how to maintain them. In terms of the assessment, we'll be sharing with them 2 types of assessments. Of course, we have the formal that will come at the end of every term in their schools, at the end of class 8 for those children, but we'll also show them what we call informal reading inventories, where they'll be working with children. They develop what we call running records, informal reading inventories, portfolio development, and use of anecdotal records for them to be able to show others how any given child is progressing in terms of reading. Correspondence, and other skills that are related to reading comprehension. I think the critical component of this program, we are having what we call a reading clinic, and at this point I would really like to appreciate the Vice Chancellor who has given us a block where we are going to be implementing the reading clinic component of this program. This is a specific intervention where we'll come and test children for the various reading skills. And if they're struggling in any given area, we'll begin to provide intervention in those key areas. Overestimated, we want for the children to benefit from reading as early as they can, perhaps even they go to formal school. And then once we discover that the children have a problem, we together with the teachers, beginning this week, are putting together what we call an individual education program for each child who struggles. And following on from here, when they go into the field, they should be able to apply similar procedures and practices with the children they'll be meeting in the schools. Of course, we know that providing intervention for children who have difficulties is not something easy. If you tell a parent, your child is a struggling reader, it's not very easy for them to actually appreciate the fact. So what we'll do, we'll share with our students how to document the progress each child will be making, and when we are sharing records with the parents, when we are sharing with other stakeholders, it's very easy for them to provide a convincing piece of evidence for the parent that the child is struggling, but with intervention, the child is improving. So I'll take this opportunity as a wider to actually appreciate USAID together with the other founding partners. Australia Aid was also involved in this programming. They put their funding together, and also World Vision. So I take this opportunity again to appreciate these partners who made it possible for us to be here today. As mentioned up here, are actually expressing willingness to have their teachers come through our program, and that is why it's important for us to acknowledge beyond these students, there are other organizations who are working in the area of literacy, and they are interested in having the teachers come through us. So we want for it, once we finish, they should be able to also bring their teachers and they get certification from our university. Of course, my dear students, I can't forget you. I appreciate you for being here today. to be able to make this possible. We hope we can carry the vision, as I said earlier, to the future. And then, even though the participating children are not here, the teachers have already identified some children that we're working with. To the chairman of ComTech, without you, Professor, we will not be doing these kinds of innovative things. So we appreciate you, Dean School of Education, for also being part of the team. And of course, the Deputy Principal of Kenya Science, we are staying in a very nice place, courtesy to you, Professor, so we appreciate you very much. And the Principal of CES, Principal, you know very much how you'll be writing countless letters of recommendation. So we appreciate you more specifically because you were able to get this grant through your able guidance. And of course, the senior managers, thank you, Professor Besh, again for coming. Thank you for all the senior staff from College of Education, Madam Minister. We appreciate everyone who is here today, and of course, on behalf of the and the Vice Chancellor, again represented by Professor Meche. It's not. Today is Valentine's Day, so I'm dressed appropriately. But I just wanted to say I couldn't give you a mass of flowers, but I've given you a virtual bouquet of flowers. But more importantly, the best gift of love that we can give to the Kenyan children is a love of reading. We know that once that love has been ignited, it will last for all lifetime. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Master of Ceremony. The Deputy Vice Chancellor, Charge of Student Affairs, University of Nairobi, the Principal of the College of Education and External Studies, the Deputy Principal of Kenya Science Campus, Songway, the Registrar, Administration Registrar, members of academic staff, and also our gallant students who are with us today. I must say that I'm very happy for the day we are today, as I take this opportunity to welcome all of you to the Department of Education or Communication and Technology function. This function, actually, as you know it from the program, it is all about what we have been told by Dr. Helen Enyega. We are here to launch an early grade reading instructional curriculum, which she has told us is already done. But this is a project which is going to run over a period of time. So I really feel very happy that we have really gone this far in the department. The proposals, as you see, there were 450 when there was a call for proposals, and to get shortlisted to become 32 who are the winners, I think it was a great achievement for the department, and we must really thank Dr. Helen Enyega for spearheading this, because even within the department, you know, there must be a living soul that is pushing. Yeah, so we thank her very much for this. So out of the 32, you know, Africa is just represented by a few. And I think we need to clap for her because we are the only representative. So I think that is a great achievement for us. And we are going to do a good job. The Department of Education, Communication and Technology is going to do a very good job so that we can win. This can give us a track record to win more in future. As you have seen from what we have been already told, there has been, the project is on. Though we are launching today, the project has been going on. It has gone on to the point where we have already brought in 60 students. We are who are teachers, student teachers. We are targeting 120, but at least we have already brought in 60. More sessions to be held, and we have already held a baseline survey. This was just done about a week ago, 2 weeks ago. So the baseline survey is already conducted, and we have already also gone ahead to spend a bit of the resources that we have been availed. We have already ordered for 60 laptops So the building that we were kindly given by the Vice Chancellor is just across here. We are going to equip it with those laptops. And I think even those who are participating as students, you are going to learn a lot. You will leave here when you are better equipped than those who have not gone into this project. You are very lucky to have been brought in. I like one thing very much in the presentation here about intervening with children who have difficulties. In this country, reading has been taken for granted. It is assumed that when a child goes into a nursery school, within a year or two, the child should be able to recognize letters and then sound them correctly. And I tell you, you see the problem of reading related to the way we talk. We are hardly taught how to sound those letters properly, such that when we grow up pronouncing wrongly, and we come to the primary school not able to pronounce, secondary school the same, until we reach university when we still cannot differentiate sounds of letters. And what comes out from us sometimes is not what is supposed to be. But I think this project is a beginning. We are going to go very far. And by the time those who go, if it has the kind of effect we expect, young children are going to grow when they have proper sounding of letters. And you know what you are taught at that early grade, you will never forget it. That is what is important. That's why we are so fluent in our mother tongue. Nobody ever teaches us our mother tongue, but we are so great. And when we speak it, we never even have a problem with intonation. So we want to catch up with the children at that young age. I wouldn't like to say much. We just want to stop there, but ask the MC that maybe he wanted me to perform another ritual.
I was wanting to perform another ritual. I just wanted to say one. Thank you very much. I want now to invite the Dean of the School of Education to say a few words, and then he will welcome the English principal, who will then welcome the principal. Bwana Dean.
Okay. Our chief guest, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Student Affairs, our special guests from the sponsors, USID and SIDA, the principal of SES, deputy principal, ladies and gentlemen, my task now is quite simple. Dr. Inyega has talked about how all this came about and the kind of environment that was created in the School of Education through the Department of Educational Communications and Technology. My duty is, as the brand new dean, is to take glory in those brand new things. Meaning that as I start my work, new things also start with clear support from the management. Our principal really fronted for us and persuaded the Vice Chancellor to give us a block here, which we now take pride in, and he has promised to do much more and even get another block for us, and I can only be happy that that will happen. Can you give applause, please? This compound, in as much as it belongs to the principal says, our deputy principal is the custodian of all of that. And I take pride in allowing us to be in his compound, and we can walk the way we want with pride. And as you are seated there, you know you are in the right environment. Welcome for doing this particular job that has been given to us by the international community. Now I take this opportunity to invite the Deputy Principal of Organic Science to say something and invite the Principal.
bound by technology. Our chief guest, the Senate Vice Chancellor, Mr. Ledger, the representative, principal of the college, Mr. Motoro, dean of the School of Education, chairman of Department of Education, Communication and Technology, Mr. Digoro, all those who are here, including people who worked hard to bring this project to Kenya, the Nyagas. I'm very delighted to participate in this function, firstly because I'm the host. And I'm happy to receive our visitors today, and they should feel absolutely at home. Delighted in a way that at least we are starting to open up Kenya science, getting to be exposed, and this calls for a lot of attention here. This is just one of the infrastructure. There are many more to come. And the principal is here. We are working very hard to see that this campus is fully equipped to lead the way. I'm happy that the visitors found time to come to launch this project here. And I would remind them that this is not the only time they are coming. They should continue to come to see how the project is going. I personally take a very keen interest to go around and see how the team is working. And not to talk too much, I want to invite my principal, Professor Motoro, to say a few words and welcome everybody to the college, visitors. Professor Motoro.
Let me talk from here if you don't mind. I started by being our chief guest was to be our Vice Chancellor, represented by Professor Isaac Mbete, Dr. Karasia Mamboy Akenya from USID, Mr. Craig Nangeta from SIDA, Canada, our Deputy Principal of SES, Professor Jumba, our Deputy Finance Officer, Mr. Name, you are seated there, but we are seeing you. Our Registrar, Administration, Madam Mabay, Chairman, Comtech, Professor Dicolo, Dean, School of Education, Professor Kunga, the University fraternity, represented by our dear students who are going to benefit from these nice things. I wish I was as young as and then Dr. Helen Inyaga and Justice Inyaga. I did not know why you wanted 14 of this man. Now I understand. Invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. I welcome everybody to the launch of the early grade reading instruction curriculum, Egric. The project aims to develop the capacity of teachers using high-quality, multi-genre, culturally relevant, and age-appropriate instructional materials and resources in English and Kiswahili. Egric hopes to complement and fill an existing gap in teacher education through equipping teachers with reading knowledge and skills to enhance reading literacy in pre-unit up to standard 3. The project targets 120 pre-service teachers during the first phase and another 120 during the second phase. And I think the sponsor of our work will give us 120 laptops for that purpose. The money is with us and the computers are with us also. Upon graduation, it is hoped that the 240 trained teachers will have an impact in our schools. The project is being implemented by the Department of Educational Communications and Technology in the School of Education and in the College of Education and External Studies of the University of Nairobi. The University of Nairobi, as a world-class university, must remain in the forefront in the use of educational technology. That is a small part. With the launch of this program and other developments that we have had in the open, distance, and e-learning instructional materials, we should encourage our students to utilize the uploaded materials on the university websites and other open educational resources. Ladies and gentlemen, we at the University of Nairobi must remain at the forefront in the use of new technology in our delivery. The use of these technologies will not only benefit our students, but also help the university improve its image and ranking globally. The launch of these programs, therefore, is a step in the right direction because it will help us to reach the rest of the world and assist us in our endeavor to be a world-class university committed to scholarly excellence as our vision is. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish to welcome you to this function and hope you enjoy it. Thank you.
The representative from research.
Afternoon, everybody. Happy Valentine's.
Happy Valentine's.
Yes, mine was not to make a lot of remarks or make a speech. It was to witness this very important occasion, to celebrate with you and to congratulate the University of Nairobi. We have heard how many people applied. And why is it that University of Nairobi was one of the very few that actually won this? But before I do that, let me introduce myself properly. I am Dr. Wambui Gadenya. I am an alumni of this university. Please do not ask the year when I was here. Because some of you will think I should belong to the archives. I have something else in common. I was actually a Bachelor of Education student here. And I taught for many years in a secondary school before I joined the Ministry of Education and worked there for several years. And now I'm working with USAID, but in the education sector of the USAID. So I have a lot of interaction with a number of you. And I have old friends here I can see. So you see where I go back to. And I work a lot again with the Ministry of Education. Early grade reading is a focus of the USAID government, of the US government, but you can also see interested parties. And Deputy Vice Chancellor, I really appreciate this opportunity to actually interact with the future teachers, because this is where we should actually put the best brains. Do you see this building? Yes. Does it have a foundation?
Yes.
Supposing it did have a foundation, would you be seated where you are? So, Deputy Vice Chancellor and the faculty here, and our friends here on this side, and everybody on this side, laying that foundation is the most important thing you can do to anyone in business. Because you give them the foundation on which they can build almost anything that they wish to. And therefore, that is why this particular initiative was picked. For us at USAID, and remember it's not USAID Kenya which was carrying out this, it's USAID Washington. And so the whole world was there applying for this particular grant of $300,000. And I think you should clap for your team. Why was it selected? And this is your challenge, because this is what you have to track that you're doing and you're achieving. Because it's grounded in science and technology. Is it grounded in science and technology? Yes. Are you giving us that commitment? Yes. It's robust. It is cost-effective, and it's scalable. That whatever you do can actually hit the whole nation, can go to all the universities that are offering a BA program, can be copied by another country, so that people will be coming to Kenya to see this model that you have actually put together. So we want to help or support the University of Nairobi to develop these high-quality, multi-genre, culturally relevant, and appropriate instructional materials. If we get it wrong, then everybody gets it wrong. It's part of our USAID strategy, the education strategy, 2011. It was launched in February 2011, and it only has 3 goals. And the topmost goal is goal 1. And that goal 1 is that, and it was actually shown on this presentation, is that by 2015, across the world, 100 million children, are those few? 100 million children will be